date. Sophie walked the same way to work each day. She liked the routine. The familiar sights and sounds of the city waking up gave her a sense of comfort and stability. The rhythm of her footsteps on the pavement, the occasional chirping of birds, and the distant hum of early morning traffic were like a soothing symphony that set the tone for her day. She liked the quiet of the morning. The city, usually bustling with activity, was calm and serene at this hour. It was a time when she could gather her thoughts and prepare for the day ahead. The soft light of the rising sun cast a gentle glow on the buildings, making everything look almost magical. And she liked seeing Charlie. Every morning, without fail, she would see him sitting on the same bench. It was as if he was a part of the landscape, a fixture in her daily routine. His presence was a constant in a world that was always changing. Charlie was always on the same bench. He had a kind face, weathered by time and experience, but always with a gentle smile. His eyes, though tired, held a spark of warmth and kindness that Sophie found comforting. He never asked for money. He never bothered him. He simply sat there, a silent observer of the world around him. His presence was unobtrusive, yet somehow reassuring. He just sat quietly, watching the world go by. The people, the cars, the birds, all part of the ever-changing tapestry of life that unfolded before him. He seemed content with his place in the world, finding peace in the simple act of being. Sophie would smile at Charlie as she passed. Sometimes he'd nod back. It was a small gesture, but it spoke volumes. In that brief moment, they acknowledged each other's existence, and it made the world feel a little less lonely. It was a small connection, but it made her feel good. That simple exchange of smiles and nods was a reminder of the kindness and humanity that still existed in the world. It was a small act, but it had a big impact on her day, filling her with a sense of warmth and positivity as she continued on her way to work. One morning, the bench was empty. Sophie's heart sank. She had grown accustomed to seeing Charlie there every day, his presence a comforting constant in her life. The bench, now devoid of his familiar figure, seemed lonelier than ever. Where was Charlie? She hoped he was okay. Her mind raced with possibilities, each more worrisome than the last. Had something happened to him? Was he in trouble? The park felt unusually quiet, the absence of his cheerful greetings and warm smile creating a void. Then she saw it. A small folded note tucked into the corner of the bench. It was almost hidden, as if waiting for her to discover it. Her heart pounded as she reached for the note, her fingers trembling slightly. It was addressed to the kind lady. The simple, heartfelt address brought a lump to her throat. She knew it was from Charlie. He had always called her that ever since they first met. Sophie's hands trembled as she read the note. She unfolded it carefully, her eyes scanning the familiar handwriting. Each word seemed to leap off the page, carrying with it the weight of Charlie's emotions. Charlie had written to thank her for her smiles. He expressed how much they meant to him, how they brightened his days and gave him hope. In a world that often felt cold and indifferent, her kindness had been a beacon of light. He said they brightened his day. Each smile, each small act of kindness had made a difference. It was a reminder that even the smallest gestures could have a profound impact on someone's life. Tears welled up in Sophie's eyes. She had never realized how much her simple actions had meant to Charlie. The note was a testament to the power of human connection, to the way we can touch each other's lives in unexpected ways. Charlie, with so little, had given her so much. His gratitude, his appreciation, had filled her heart with warmth. It was a reminder that sometimes the most meaningful gifts come from those who have the least to give. His words touched her deeply. They were a reminder of the impact we can have on each other's lives, of the importance of kindness and compassion. As she sat on the bench, holding the note close to her heart, Sophie felt a renewed sense of purpose. She knew that she would continue to spread kindness, just as Charlie had inspired her to do. Sophie couldn't forget Charlie's note. It made her realize how much a small act of kindness could mean. She wanted to do more for Charlie and others like him. She decided to start a community drive. She put up flyers, contacted local businesses, and spread the word on social media. The response was amazing. People donated clothes, food, and toiletries. Sophie felt a surge of hope. Together, they could make a difference. Weeks later, Sophie saw Charlie again. The leaves had turned a brilliant shade of gold and red, painting the park in autumn's warm hues. Sophie had been visiting the park regularly, hoping to see Charlie again. Each visit, she would glance at the bench where they had first met, her heart filled with anticipation and a bit of worry. He was back on his bench, looking healthier and stronger. The sight of him brought an immediate smile to her face. Charlie seemed to have regained a bit of his old vigor, his posture straighter, his eyes brighter. It was as if the park itself had breathed new life into him. She rushed over to him, her heart overflowing. The joy she felt was palpable, her steps quickening as she closed the distance between them. It was a reunion she had hoped for, and now it was happening. Her heart raced with excitement and relief. "Charlie," she said, "I've missed seeing you." Her voice was filled with genuine warmth and affection. She had grown fond of the elderly man, and his absence had left a void in her daily routine. Seeing him again felt like a piece of her world had been restored. Charlie smiled, his eyes twinkling. There was a spark in his gaze that spoke volumes. It was a look of recognition, of shared memories, and of a bond that had formed between them. His smile was infectious, spreading warmth through Sophie's heart. "Kind lady," he said, "you are a blessing." His voice was steady, filled with sincerity. The words were simple, yet they carried a weight of gratitude that Sophie could feel deeply. It was a moment of connection, a bridge between two souls who had touched each other's lives. He pointed to a new scarf around his neck. The scarf was a vibrant shade of blue, standing out against the autumn backdrop. It was a small but significant gesture, a symbol of the kindness that had been shown to him. "This is because of you." His words were a testament to the impact Sophie had made. The scarf was more than just a piece of clothing. It was a token of appreciation, a reminder of the kindness that had been extended to him. Sophie felt a lump in her throat. The emotions were overwhelming, a mix of happiness, relief, and a deep sense of fulfillment. She had not realized how much her small act of kindness had meant to Charlie until this moment. It wasn't just the scarf. It was the connection they had formed, the understanding and compassion that had grown between them. It was a reminder that even the smallest gestures could have a profound impact on someone's life. It was the look on Charlie's face, a look that spoke of gratitude, of a life touched by kindness. It was a look that Sophie would carry with her, a reminder of the power of human connection. A look of gratitude, of hope, of grace. It was a moment that encapsulated the beauty of giving and receiving, a moment that would stay with both Sophie and Charlie forever. In that park, on that bench, they had found a small piece of grace. Sophie learned a powerful lesson from Charlie. Kindness, even in the smallest gestures, can have a profound impact. Charlie, a man who seemingly had nothing, had taught her the true meaning of generosity. He had shown her the power of human connection, and he had inspired her to make a difference in the world, one smile, one act of kindness at a time.